But that seed had to be planted someday. It had to be planted someday, otherwise you wouldn't see the results. Hi everybody, I hope that you're fine. So we are going to be talking today about the concept of timing and if there is such thing as wrong timing. So I'm going to start by giving you 4 examples and of what we consider that this just was the wrong time. So let's think about someone who is actually into a relationship, into a romantic relationship, and this person actually meets someone else, and for this someone else, this person starts feeling this connection, attraction. The other person is single, and this person doesn't want to leave the other person or doesn't feel that will be able to leave the other person in order to be with the single one. Wrong timing. Let's say another example that you just wanted to move, you want to move somewhere else, you have been putting all the energy into that and you just found this house. It has everything that you love. And what happens? They tell you that it's actually taken by someone else. So you are left without that house and wrong timing. Another example. So let's say that you are a brilliant chef, okay, but you apply this to like the work that you do, that you are passionate about, and you just go to this restaurant and they actually were looking for a chef, okay, and it's absolutely perfect, the connection, everything is just there, but they tell you that the chef who just left, and this was the reason why they were looking for someone else, is come back. They can't hire you, even though it was really there. Wrong timing. So I'm going to tell you my perspective about all this. So you know guys that we are not only talking about reality. So from a reality perspective, yes, we are seeing all this and yes, it feels that it's the wrong timing. But energy wise, from the heart and soul perspective, it wasn't the wrong timing. I mean guys, we are talking about, you know, most of us like synchronicities, you know, and universe doesn't make mistakes and life is happening for you and by you. But hold on a second. No, this has this exception, which is when you can't have what you want or what you feel that you want, and then it's the wrong timing. So maybe it's not the wrong timing, maybe it was the right timing. It's just that from the reality, we are not able to see it, and we never will be able to see it because we are talking about physical stuff. We are talking about this 3D world, okay? But let me bring this example, which is when you are planting a seed, okay? So you are planting a seed. Do you see the flower or the plant that you just planted the day after? No, you don't. So if I am seeing this from the outside and I can see the soil with nothing, this is the reality, I would be thinking this is the wrong timing. But we all know that this wasn't the wrong timing because in a few months or weeks or days, you are going to start seeing this little plant or the leaves starting to grow up. So, in a sense, I'm saying here that maybe the wrong timing is not what you think that it is. So I invite you guys to keep having faith in you and to keep believing in yourself. Because most of us, well, many of us, are doing this work on ourselves, and we are talking about energy work, meaning that, you know, if you have taken this path, and if you are in this channel, probably you have, this is the most difficult one, guys, because this path implies that you just trust without seeing anything in the outside. And I know how painful sometimes this is, and that feeling of desperation and even like hopelessness when you don't see what you deserve in the outside, or what you think that you should be seeing in the outside, and the reality is just not matching you. Guys, I know it. So this is me sending you a big hug for taking this path, because this path is really brave and it takes a lot of courage, because you are blind most of the time, but you need to keep trusting your inner world. You need to keep trusting yourself. You need to keep trusting universe. Why? Because you really are doing the work, and really things are changing, and really things are working. It's that you just don't see it in the outside. So think all the time about this example that I just gave you with that seed. Do you see it the next day? No, you don't. But that seed had to be planted someday. It had to be planted someday. Otherwise, you wouldn't see the results. You wouldn't see this plant, this flower, a few weeks later. So that event had to happen, planting the seed. So because of this, it was the right timing. Maybe, guys, from this energetic, this heart, this soul perspective, it was because that seed had to be there, you know. So see, for example, you know, if in these 4 examples, okay, if all these people had chosen to just follow the heart, you know, I mean, if the person who is being into a relationship just followed their heart, they would just leave the other person and they would be with you, right? So, but there are things there that this person is dealing with, so that step can't happen. But it's not that it couldn't happen. It could happen. This person only needs to follow their heart. That's it. And trust, okay? And some people actually meet a few years later. This first person is actually single. The other person is single as well. And, you know, they end up being together. But, you know, think about these guys. They already made the first step. They already planted that seed, you know? So, and this was like the result. So, but what do you, if you are the single one, what do you need to keep doing? Just believing in you, just keep doing your work. Maybe you are going to attract other people, you know, who are more of a match to you. It doesn't mean that this person is not the one who will end up being with you. It doesn't mean that, okay? And maybe meeting this person actually gave you some insights as well of what you really want in a relationship. Maybe this gave you this clarification that you want someone who is actually single, you know? So this wasn't the wrong timing. This was the right timing, but that's the thing, guys. We don't see the bigger picture because we are playing this game in this 3D world. So from this physical reality, we are not seeing the bigger picture. Maybe the bigger picture was something else, right? So same with, you know, that restaurant who were wanting to hire a chef. Yes, if, you know, maybe these people were actually feeling guilty because they had this chef for all this long time and they didn't want to disappoint this person, or there was a reason. But does it mean that you were not the one for that place? Yes, you were. Yes, you were. Otherwise, this event wouldn't have happened, guys. It's just that from a heart, they could have said what they wanted to. Yes, I heard you. But they couldn't because they had whatever things that they had to deal with. So maybe, guys, what I'm going to do just now, I'm going to share as well what you could be reflecting to each other, and this is why you actually met in this moment in time. Because actually, maybe you are just reflecting to each other the exact same thing. And so what is the only thing that you have to do? Guys, just follow your heart. Just follow your heart and trust. You have given this opportunity by the universe to choose, to make yourself question, do you want to keep doing the same thing, or do you want to step into the new you and you want to follow your heart? And if you do, yes, guys, this is going to take some time as well in the physical reality, because of the same thing. It's a seed and you need to wait for that plant to be growing and to have all what it needs in order to grow. This is the same thing. So even with that example, with that chef, they are going to have to do some paperwork, etc., etc. So yes, you might decide to follow your heart, okay? If you don't feel like doing it, don't force yourself to do it, okay? But I'm saying that you really feel like doing it, just do it. And welcome to this path of trust. I'm following my heart, and I'm trusting that everything is going to be, working out, because I keep being faithful to myself, to my morals. I try to keep being authentic, and this is what it takes. And it takes taking all these risks, okay? But from my perspective, I promise that eventually you see it, and you have not the results, but you see things that make you feel better, in a way. And you are not trying to feel better either, but this is what organically happens, okay? So in this case, these people choose to follow their heart. They hire you. You need to wait, because maybe it's going to take a few weeks to let you know that this is what they have decided, the paperwork, etc., etc. If someone is not ready for a relationship, but this person follows their heart, well, this person is going to have to do some work, before this person can catch up to being with you, guys. So, but let's talk about which reflection is this person or this situation giving back to you, right? So, for example, the person being in a relationship, you are single, but there was this connection and you just met. Guys, maybe the person who is not leaving the relationship is feeling guilty. So you are reflecting them, this part of themselves that maybe they weren't aware before. Like, oh, I feel guilt. This is what I really feel. And from you, if you are the single one, when someone is not leaving the other person for being with you, maybe you are feeling unworthy, okay? So maybe this is what this person is reflecting back to you. But guys, it could also be that the other person is feeling unworthy, and this is why this person is not leaving the other one. So you both are actually reflecting the exact same thing, to another. From the restaurant, maybe these people, like I was saying, are feeling guys, maybe they are actually feeling fear of what? Of that this is not going to work, because they are taking a risk, because they are leaving someone that they have known for, 5-10 years for you. So this could reflect to them fear, okay? What could this be reflecting to you? This could be reflecting to you a fear as well, but of rejection or rejection itself. Maybe this is a part of your life or your pattern, so this is what this is reflecting to you. But again, guys, just keep believing in you. Just keep believing in you. Just keep believing that this situation can be possible because you have already met the other person, the restaurant, you have already done it. And the other part as well, you are already in touch, you are already on the same field. From all the people in this planet, all the souls, maybe you had a contract here, you made it, you already met each other. So, feel, some compassion for yourself as well, and feel this blessing, that you have been able to meet each other. So with the example of the house, from you, this could actually be that you feel powerlessness. And this is what not getting that house is reflecting this to you. Like, you want something, you can't have it, so I'm feeling, powerless. And if it was, from the house perspective, if you try to put yourself in the house's shoes, if, this is possible, and it is from an energetic perspective, and the quantum field as well, maybe the house feels unworthy, and the house can leave, the situation in order to have you. And actually the same, guys, could be applied to someone who feels that is not ready because this person needs to work on themselves, and you have actually worked on yourself. So it's not that you are higher or nothing like that, but maybe you are more aware. The other person realizes that the other person is not, and maybe this person feels that they don't deserve you, guys, because from that perspective, you seem to be higher, you seem to be a lot better than they are. Guys, what I mean, okay? So maybe this person feels like, no, I don't deserve you. But actually you might be feeling unworthy because this person is choosing to not make all these changes, and maybe this is what you are feeling. But that's the thing, guys. This is just a reflection of what you are already feeling inside you. So that person, if that person chooses to follow their heart, good. But this is going to take some time. So because you are not seeing the results in your physical reality yet, it doesn't mean that this is not working, that you are doing anything wrong. No, guys. You are doing everything perfect. You are just where you need to be. So if all these thoughts come to you, just observe them. It's okay. It's that little voice that you have, and it's fine. Just let that voice be there. But again, I'm repeating that this is a path of trust, of energy, of not seeing things. From my perspective, one of the most difficult paths, okay? Because it's not that, you have something here and then you want to change this thing and you just move this thing from here, till there. So you are seeing the results, you are seeing the steps, you are seeing the evolution. With this, you are not seeing anything, guys, okay? So I get it. So my message here is that from the reality perspective, it is the wrong timing. From the heart, soul, energy perspective, it's not a mistake. You didn't see that job just because it was a mistake. You didn't meet this lovely person, because it was a mistake, it was the wrong timing. You didn't find that house because it was the wrong timing. No, it was the perfect timing. It was the right timing. But you are not seeing the bigger picture. But this is my perspective. I hope that it helps, and just a little reminder to keep believing in yourself and to keep having faith. This is working. I love you guys.